Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Thankful Thursday, February 20th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. Our very special guest today needs no introduction as he comes back for his second interview here in the Dollhouse, and I'm super excited to have him back. And I hope you guys are all doing well this Thursday. We finally made it through this crazy, hectic week, and I'm super excited to be closing out the month of February. So, hi, Derek Tuggle. Hi, everyone. Make sure you guys go and check out that interview. Me and Derek, we had such a great time, and it was such an honor to be able to sit with a legend. Now, it's been so much going on. Next month, March, is Women's History Month. So I have something very special planned and in store. It feels great to be back, y'all. Like, it feels great. I took that break yesterday, and of course, we have our show from the previous day, but it feels so damn good to be back, y'all. Hi, my love. Hi, Chrissy. So, without further ado, I'm going to share this live with our very special guest. He's back for his second interview, Einar Haraldsson, and I'm going to add him on. All right? So, let me add him. Hey, stranger. How are you, Mr. Imperfect? Fashion Dolls. Mr. Imperfect did a excellent beauty drawing of me. You know how makeup artists do the face charts? Well, he took it and he did this beautiful drawing. So I have to bring it on the show tomorrow with tomorrow's very special guest, Brandon Hartsfield, and show it to y'all. It is hanging on the wall near my closet area, and it looks so gorgeous there because it's like a beauty shot. But I'm going to bring it on so you guys can see it tomorrow. So y'all please go and follow my dear friend, Mr. Imperfect. It is so good to see you. And text me. Without further ado, Fashion Dolls, let's welcome our very special guest, Einar Haraldsson. On here and let you guys see it. Hello, hello.
Hello,
We're
hello.
back.
How are you?
Yes. I am doing lovely.
Good,
Yourself?
good.
It's such a pleasure to have you back for our second interview. I kept pointing that out to the audience. So, two times a charm. We're going to go for three. I'm going to keep bringing you back.
Okay.
So, how has 2025 been for you so far? We did our interview, I want to say last year in
Yeah,
2024. Now we're in the year 2025.
yeah,
So, how has this year been for you so far?
yeah, 2025 has not started good because I have been sick. Yeah, and first now I'm starting to be good.
Yes, that's all that matters. We want you
Yeah,
in good health. We want you in good spirits, and I'm manifesting that for you. And I
but
hope that you recover
2025 will
fully.
be a great year.
Yes, speaking to everybody because I know it's been crazy, so many things going on. But I want you guys to all know that in the end results, through darkness, we are going to get through these dark times, these crazy times, the times of uncertainty. I want you all to realize that it's going to be a great year. For me, season 19 has been, even when I tell you this season for me has been one of my best
Oh,
seasons yet.
good.
Not to shade my past seasons that I've done with interviews and everything, but 19 is it, y'all. 19 is it. We are on the road to 800 interviews, and this would make interview 750. So
Wow.
thank you all so much for your love and your support and coming through every day, whether it's to see what I'm wearing or the guest or just engage in the conversation. I appreciate it so much. So thank you. I had to give that out there. I had to get the number. But you have a lot of projects coming out.
Yeah,
Some are in development, some are in production. What are you looking to? And then Mick mentioned something about you and Martin Nusa,
yeah,
who I've also interviewed on my show as well too. You're going to be in Antinebra's Two Timelines, and
yeah,
it's a powerful film. We
yeah,
touched on this stuff in our first interview,
yeah,
and you spoke on it briefly. But could you discuss the meaning of this film and how powerful it is?
yeah. It's really about the general who is sending his men into not future, it's in back in
Yeah,
yeah, to find there they have to find out how they can change the world to a world will be greater today than it is. So that is like a science fiction movie. It's very good. Martin Nusa is he's also good. director.
And we need this. We need movies like this because timelines, when we think of timelines, we think of history, we think of going back in
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
And just hearing it when Mick described it to me in our first interview,
yeah.
and then in a most recent interview with Ellen, she was talking about it as
Hmm.
well too. And she was saying this talks about, the war, and as you've mentioned, the generals going back in time.
Yeah.
These are things that people need periodically, especially in these times when they're trying to erase and take away from. We know the true history of this
Uh,
country. So it is very, very important that we go back in time and know this. So shout outs to Martin Nusa for directing such a powerful
yeah.
film. So
I'm
what
looking
can
forward.
yes, and you're gonna be general number two in this one. So what
Yeah.
can we expect? I know you can't give away a whole lot, but what can we expect from your character in
You
this film?
can expect excited and excited movie. People will be holding breath. Can it really be? But the general, he is a great person, and his man and his team will be success in this. So it will be a very excited movie. I'm looking forward to
I
this.
am too. And with such powerful meaning because I'm always reading, I'm always studying, I'm always watching
Yeah,
documentaries. And this would be something that I would also add to my list of things to watch. Because during my break yesterday, I've been just, reading up on certain things. And it's important that we read up, get the knowledge that we can get right now because they talked about closing down the JFK
yeah,
library in Boston. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that. I
yeah,
shared that to my school.
yeah,
It's been a lot going on. But it's important that we preserve these books. It's important what Martin is doing, especially with bringing awareness to these stories
yeah.
that we never knew about. And in
Mm.
this country, we need books. So it's important. And I'm looking forward to seeing you as well as Ellen in the project as well too because
Yeah,
Nick, excuse me, mentioned it when I did my interview, when I call it my daily ritual, my girl talk with Ellen, because we talk fashion and so many things. But it was mentioned in the comments by Mick, and I said, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what she's going to bring to this film as well as yourself. Now, you have so many projects underway. What
yeah.
else are you looking forward to in the year 25? Because we did
There
our
is
interview
one
last year. Yeah.
another movie which is the Lost Ship. It will be in it's a Aksar Alabadi, an Indian director. He's going to. It will be later this year. I'm looking also forward. I'm a very memorable person in that movie.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I know you got a lot up your sleeve this season. And as you stated in the beginning of the introduction of our convo, 2025 is going to be an awesome year for all of us. And it's, as well as yourself, you've got at least 11 projects lined up. I can't give them all, and I know you can't give a lot of details,
Yeah.
but I'm looking forward to it for all of us, all of these things that are out here in the universe as well too. Now, my next question for you is, could we see Einar behind the lens though, writing, directing this
In-
season?
yeah, no, not this season. Maybe you never know. You never know. I have been in producer. I will be a producer in the Lost Ship. So in director, I'm not sure. Not this year.
You've got it. You have tenure in this business. You are an icon. You are a legend, and I can't believe I'm doing my second interview with you. So you got this. And oh, Martin, you see what I just did there, Ina? So hopefully he gets you on the next
Yeah,
project, and the third into Nebers, because every story has a sequel, and it's like a trilogy. And I've gotten into horror films. Ellen likes horror films as well too. And she was talking about it, how she likes being on set and covered in the blood and everything. And I'm just like, oh my God, girl, I don't see how you do it. But the thing for me is every story starts from the beginning to the sequel to the third part.
yeah,
and I'm seeing a third part. I don't know. I can't say per se if Martin is going to do that, but I have to throw that out
I
there. So
think,
Martin,
I think,
yeah,
I think, and I'm ready for that.
who's to know because every trilogy, there's a trilogy for every film
Yeah,
that in time. One of my favorites is Scream. I mean, we know that's like a thriller. It's not really a scary movie, but it's like a thriller. And there was a Scream 1, a Scream 2, a
yeah,
Scream
yeah,
3,
yeah.
Scream 4, so forth and so forth on. So for this one right here, I would love to know more about the generals, about how things went down. I'm always going back and doing research, and that's how I come
If
on here and
if
everybody's
I
like,
if
yeah,
if I
support.
if I tell you everything about the general, the movie will not be excited for you
No,
and others.
no, 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 don't. That's why I said I have to see it for myself.
Yeah,
I'm interested to know because these stories need to be told, and it's important that we preserve this here's history. We preserve this literature. We preserve so many things that are out here right now during these times more than ever. So I can't wait to see it. But you've got 11 projects coming out after the films because your schedule, I know your schedule is going to be crazy this season. What else are you looking forward to in 2025?
it's I have a few TV series both in America and Kill Devil Hills is one of the excited TV series in US will be.
I seen the film. I seen the film and I loved it.
Mhm.
And the ending, I can't give it away. But for them to bring this film into a television series,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm playing their Russian map.
That's a little bit out of your element, so we got to see this. We got to see this. Oh my
Ah,
goodness.
it's good. It's good. It will be good series. And then I have a
And
few series also here in Iceland. In Iceland, and then it's a Swiss made movie. It's a I played in No Time to Think. It's a Swiss action movie, and now they have a number two starting. There will be it will be taken in Italy, so I will be excited also. And
and
and and listen now, I have been called to München, Germany, to award ceremony. They will award me again.
I can't wait.
Best,
I can't wait. What did your family say about the news of you getting awarded again?
yeah.
Dude, because you, like I said, you deserve this. You are an icon. You've been in the business a long time, and you totally deserve this. So, what was your family's reaction to hearing your nomination and being awarded?
They support me, of course. They're 100% behind me.
Yes, and that's the best thing to have is your family right there backing
Yeah,
you a
yeah.
100%. And I know my mom is right there in my corner when she said, because she said this to me, we were talking about everything that's going on in the world, all the craziness and stuff. And she said, I got your back. And I told her vice versa, the same here. So it's amazing to have your family support 100%.
Yeah,
And congratulations, Einar. That's fabulous.
that's how it is. Then I'm looking. I love to travel. That is why. And then this year will come out two movies and teleseries. One is Reykjavik about when Reykjavik summit, Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev came here to Iceland to have a summit in 1992, I think it was.
Wow,
And
yes.
I am there playing against few good actors from US and UK, famous. They are in this movie. So I have a lot to do.
And I can't wait to see it. And again, congratulations on this award nomination and winning it and receiving it. And like you said, being able to travel, what's it like being able to cross merge from Iceland to the UK and then the United States, being able to cross over and merge all the three, working with different actors because everybody has a different background in acting.
Yeah. To go to UK, it's okay. It's more difficult to go to your place.
In the
To,
USA, yeah.
but it has. I can travel there
And
whenever
Mick
we are. Not.
is in the UK. Mick is up there in the UK, so she gets to. I don't know how she does it, but she gets to crossover as
Yeah,
well too.
yeah,
I told her what she did with the group is brilliant because you got everybody. You got some from the United States, myself being in the USA,
yeah,
and then you have Michael
yeah,
Lindo's in the USA. Ellen is over there in another country. We're all scattered out. So I'm like,
yeah.
how does she do it? But she's able to cross over and merge. So I had to ask. Yeah.
It's easy to cross over. It's not, no, nothing. No worries.
And it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be fabulous because you said you're taping in Italy, which is very beautiful. I've never been, but the scenery there, I've seen pictures from Fashion Week
Yeah,
and done my research on the country, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So if I had to take a place to on my bucket list to go to and stay there for the rest of my life, it would be Italy. It is
it's
gorgeous.
one of the American actress,
Uh,
Cynthia Rodriguez. She is a karate woman. She will be in this also, like last movie. It's good.
and this project is gonna be amazing with what Martin is doing, with what you're doing,
Yeah,
and bringing these stories to light, which is what and I tell my guests this all the time, and I'm pretty sure the fashion dolls, you guys have heard me say this. When my guests come on the show, yes, I'm the pilot, I'm steering that ship, but when my guests come on, we rotate that seat.
oh,
And I let my guests take me on the destination they want to take me on. If they want to do a U-turn or a detour, that's up to them because they are in control of their story. And it is important as filmmakers, as producers, as hosts of a platform that we continue to tell these stories and bring light to them because people never know. The more you know every day. And I
yeah,
follow a lot of creators and historians who are out here saying, well, this happened during the French Revolution and this happened here. And I'm just like, wow, I've learned about this in school, but it's never too late to learn. And film can be powerful because it tells a person's
yeah,
story.
yeah,
And you can always go back and do your research on it as well, too. Read the story, read the book, because most directors and producers, they've either pulled from a book that they have written, and it might seem different on the film than it is in the book,
yeah.
but the story always gets told, and that's what's key and important.
Yeah, I was glad and I was happy when Martin contacted me. He called me and invited me to be in this movie. And after I know the story, and as I said, yeah, I definitely would like to be there.
It
No,
was a
no,
blessing. And that was my next question that I was going to ask you. What was it like getting the call from Martin?
yeah, he was very generous. He was polite and he was fantastic. I was very surprised when he called me on the phone. That's
And he is just genius. Martin
yeah,
is just genius. And I would put him up there in the category with Spielberg and Coogler and all of these big directors because he is an award-winning director, writer, along with yourself. And his work, just his work, is like a
yeah,
masterpiece. And I admire what I like to call visionaries who
yeah,
bring their real life stories to the big screen so that
yeah,
we, the audience, the consumers, we can
hmm
see it and
yeah,
we can be like, wow, I never knew this happened.
yeah,
And we can, of course, we can take a tour to the museum and see it, but I like to see it in action, live and in color.
yeah, yeah. That's why also I have a good what do you call it agent in Greece, Thanasis. and Enorama. They are very good. They have always finding something.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And what's so incredible about this is that you have so many people from different walks of life and they're wanting to know more, wanting to learn more.
Yeah,
Every day is a new story coming
yeah.
out, it's a new revelation. And it's important, like one of my favorite first ladies, of course, is Eleanor Roosevelt, and Jackie Kennedy Onassis. I love her, and I'm just like I want to know more about their stories. Of course, I know about Michelle Obama as well, but I want to know more about the historical figures alongside these incredible first ladies, these women as well too. Their husbands, of course, have great legacy, but I want to know more about someone's story, and their stories gravitate us in and pull us in
I'm
to make us want to know more about
I'm
them.
amazed.
So that's why
I'm
I'm
amazed.
sorry, you were saying
Yeah, I'm amazed that they haven't. They didn't make a like a TV series about this woman. This woman,
yes.
person. You know, they should do that. Tell a story about this.
Uh, Eleanor Roosevelt, she had such class, she had such style, she had such grace. Jackie Oswell too, and I think they did one on Jackie, but I would love to see one on Eleanor. And the thing is, casting, finding a woman who, because they try to when they cast an
Yeah,
actor for a film or a project, they try to find someone who kind of has a similarity as
yeah.
far as looks towards the person. So, I mean, even with you being in the industry, not speaking of bios, you know where I'm going with this.
Hmm.
Because a lot of people are telling their stories. If you could get someone to play you in a story about your life, because you are an icon, Einar, and I keep giving you your flowers. If you could get someone to play you in a story about your life, who would you get? What actor?
I'm not sure about that. It's difficult to say just like that.
Casting process? Because most actors will say, "Oh, it's gonna be tough because I'd have to do a casting process."
Yeah, 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 yeah. I cannot say who that will be. I cannot see any. You, yeah. I no, no. Uh, I'm not sure.
It's so
I,
many
I,
actors out
I'm not
here,
very good.
right? Um, Maybe Ryan Reynolds.
Are we look alike? Yeah, maybe.
He's a great actor. I mean, we
Uh,
see him in the superhero
yeah,
series, so he would be
I
great.
met him here in
Maybe.
Reykjavik, in Iceland. I met him in Iceland when I was working in U.S. Embassy. He came there.
Oh, such a great actor, and I could see him playing you. So it was fate. It was destiny. That was the first thing that came to my mind was Ryan Reynolds.
Uh
So maybe who knows? I'm manifesting it though. I'm manifesting.
huh. Yeah.
So with you got so many projects coming up. You're nominated for you're accepting an award, an honorable
Yeah.
award. So many great things. You've the writing, producing aspect of it. What else are you putting in the universe for yourself in 2025? Because you've got it all lined up. It's like the stars are aligning.
I'm going to travel private to Spain in July. That is my goal. I have a big birthday.
Birthday celebration. Okay.
Yeah,
And that's it. Take that time off, relax, and then celebrate your birthday. And I've mentioned, speaking of birthdays, my brother's birthday is next week on the 28th. So he's a little bit younger than me.
oh,
So I'm like, yeah, you go ahead and rub it in. You enjoy your 20s. I'm in my 30s. I'm 31 now. So I'm like, I'm getting up there. But I said, you go ahead and you enjoy that. You'll see what our sister was saying when you turn 30, as you get up there, because this is like different things, different mindset, different vision. So
uh-huh.
just being able to live another day to celebrate your birthday, to celebrate you is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
And my mom, she would always tell me, don't take those little things for granted. You know, those are precious memories that you cherish. And I remember going back and looking through some of my childhood photos of each birthday. And that's something that I would give my fashion dolls as a homework assignment. Go back through in time, which is Antonibras, which is the film that Einar is starring in, and it talks about timelines. So I would say we can create our own timelines from being born
Hmm.
to having our second birthday, third birthday, so forth and so on. I remember my 18th birthday,
Uh-huh.
and that was like, okay, now you're officially an adult. You're now coming into your own. And I remember turning 21 as well too. And those are some big milestones. I didn't have a party or anything, I think, because my birthday is always on Halloween. I've gotten into the habit of dressing up. And we touched on this with Christina Nolan last week on the show. But
Uh-huh.
we were talking about celebrating your inner child.
Hmm.
So, that is a great point that traveling around the world, being able to see different parts of the world and the country would be great for anybody as well, to celebrating a birthday, celebrating their legacy, celebrating their worth. It is so worth it. And that's what I would tell people as well, too. Like, tap into that inner child energy. It's never too late to have fun. And that's something that we touched on last week in our interview was celebrating birthdays, getting older, maturing, coming into your own. And like I said, I remember turning 18 and
Hmm.
17, and I'm just like, okay, I'm grown now. I don't have to worry about, because as we grow up, our parents will tell us, no, you're too young, you can't do this.
Yeah.
No, you're too young, you can't do that. But then as we get older, it's just like, okay, you're grown now. I can't tell you anything. And I remember my brother said he turned 18, he's going into the military, and that he did. And now I'm an auntie, so he's 11 months. He's in his terrible, almost in his terrible twos, and I am not looking forward to it one bit. Because when children get in there, when babies get in their terrible twos, he's already started doing it. Oh my goodness, what is this? What is this? What is this? He's starting picking up things. But the beauty of it is he knows sign language. So my nephew is very, very intelligent, and he's such a blessing to the family. He's so smart, very respectful, and I haven't seen anything bad other than he likes to grab. He likes to grab.
Yeah.
He's one of those. I have an Elmo here, but nope. He likes to grab. But it's such a blessing to see my brother as a parent. And even with all of us being younger, our parents will tell us, when it's your turn, when you grow up, this is what you're going to have to experience. So I haven't had the term yet. I know a lot of people are trying to rub the baby curse all over me, like, you're next. I'm like, oh, no, no. I have to find a husband yet. But uh, my brother, seeing him as a parent is just completely amazing.
Another,
It's just like, wow.
another,
And
another person.
being so young.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So that was going to be my next question for you is, with you being a veteran in this business, an icon in this business, what advice would you give to the next generation of actors that are coming up? Like, as we mentioned, Ryan Reynolds, and it's so many
I,
others.
I would say to think first before you start it. Is it
Mhm.
your life? Because you have to talk with your family, and because it's a hard job. It's hard job because it's not work from 8 to 5. It's can be 17 hours, 20 hours straight work, filming. Because when I was in Switzerland in filming No Time to Think, we started 7 in the morning. We finished
Wow.
4 4 a.m. and start again at 7 o'clock. And so it's a hard job, very hard job. But it's fun. You have to be interested in it. Have to have fun. It has to be your soul, heart and soul. But or else you should forget it.
It's not for the feeble-minded. I can tell you that to anybody who's looking to get into acting. It's not for the feeble-minded. You have to go to these casting calls.
Yeah.
You have to talk with the directors, the writers, the producers, get to know your
Uh-huh.
castmates. And another thing as well too is be comfortable. Be comfortable with stepping outside of your comfort zone as far as taking different roles because
Hmm.
you're not going to play a specific character all the time.
Uh-huh.
You're going to be able to play different characters as well. And that is key in this business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I quote her all the time to Raji P. Henry. She said, I won't do it if it doesn't scare me. So, as an actor, as someone being an actor, and I remember having my first time on set. I'm not an actor, I'm a hostess, but my very first time acting on set was the assistant. That was a horror film.
Uh-huh.
And we did it back in 2021, and it was virtual. And just like how actors, if you're doing a television show, you go to the table read, you have to memorize your scripts. I had to memorize my script word for word for word.
Yeah.
And thank God for my co-star in the film, Roman, and I give him credit all the time because we had exchange in the film. I was a college professor. So it was a little bit out of the norm for me, my very first acting experience. And it kind of made me put my feet in the water and want to go back and to do more acting. So I would love to expand. And it's also taught me great public speaking skills, like how I'm speaking to you guys now, how I'm always on point. How do I know all of these things? Because I do research. And with being an actor, you have to research the character.
Yeah.
And when you put on that character's shoes and walk in them, you're bringing that character to
Yeah.
life.
You have to step into a character when you go on set, and go back out after you finish. For example, I'm very good to memorize the lines. I got a script for next movie. It's 150 pages, and I read it. It's because it's an excited movie. That's why I remember that.
And you have some people who have a very, what I like to call, photographical memory, where they, as Einar just said, they can remember no matter how many pages the scripts is, they can remember that script from front to
Yeah.
back, page by page. And
Yeah.
there's just like, you're looking down, reading along with them because it's different characters along with it, whether it's background or whatever. You're looking and you're reading along with them, and it's
Yeah.
like they're not even looking at the script. How would they know? Photographical
Yeah.
memory. They're just like,
Because,
okay, I'm
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I was in Switzerland in this movie, I learned my lines, and I learned the other characters' lines also because I had to help them. So I remember the whole script, which was like this in total.
It, it's remarkable how actors are capable to do that, and that comes with a lot of practice, with a lot of skill. A lot of people have acting coaches, and then some are just method actors where they're able to remember these things, and sometimes they might ad lib and add something in it, and it's just like, wait, this is not in the script. So you become a
Yeah.
pro to the point where
Yeah.
you know
Mhm.
exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was going to be my last question for you
Yeah.
is ad-libbing. How do you feel about it? And do you do it from time to time?
About what? I beg your pardon?
Ad-libbing. Yeah, ad-libbing, where you add something to your character.
Yeah. Ooh.
Or
And,
what actors will do is improvise. It's just like a singer where they would go on stage
yeah.
and they break out an impromptu performance. It's like, oh my God, I didn't rehearse, I didn't prepare, nothing.
Yeah.
And they sound amazing. They didn't do a sound check or anything. And they sound amazing. They know it word for word. And it's just like, I haven't warmed up, but here we are. This is what we're going to do. So it's impromptu. So that's basically what ad libbing
Uh,
is. And I'm
uh,
pretty sure you have done it from time to time. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Because when we are on the set, I don't know if that you mean that we don't need to follow the script just one line by line. We can also from our heart what we think is best, how we in how the line should be. What is it right like this or right like that? It's a but it will be fit in the movie. But I don't follow always the description. And
And a lot of actors do, and they'll add something in.
yeah,
Even comedians,
yeah,
they will do that from time to time. They will
uh,
ad lib. If you're doing a sitcom, like, okay, Eddie Murphy,
uh,
for example, what Eddie Murphy will do is he'll sometimes add things into his script to his character,
yeah.
because we've seen him play so many characters, and
Yeah,
it's just like, how's he doing this? How's he
that is
playing
what
different
I
people?
do.
It's still him.
Uh,
Yeah, like the Nutty Professor, he was able to play all these different characters.
uh,
And what he would do is he would add little things in, and it would throw his co-stars off, and it would be the funniest thing in the world, because you're a pro if you're able to do those things.
yeah,
And this is just at the last minute. It's just like, oh my God, what can I do? What can I do? So you're writing and revising in the process of it as well too. Actors have done that. Yeah.
yeah. If you feel that if you see that, oh, this line or this it cannot be like this. It have to be otherwise. It have to be like this, because from my point of view, it's have to be like that. And the directors and the producers, they're all happy with that. If I do that, no one has complained.
And they love it. They're just like, brilliant. I like
Yeah,
it. Keep it. And they're
yeah,
sitting there, they're watching it as they're filming the film,
yeah,
and they're saying, brilliant. Keep that. I like that.
yeah.
So it's always good to improvise and ad lib from time to time. And
Uh-huh.
even for me, when I'm not on time for an interview, or I'm just a minute late. What I do is I ad lib, because I typically tend to have things prepared, and I'm just like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, toss the question
Uh-huh.
cards. Let me go on ahead from the brain and just add, just let the conversation flow
Yeah,
naturally. Because my guests, sometimes when I'm reaching out to them for an interview, they would ask me, what are some of the questions? I'm like, okay, I got what I'm gonna ask my guests. Let me shake it up a little bit and ask some questions here. So we make it fun and interesting, and the guests love it. I haven't had
mhm.
any complaints either. So, just, and that would be my advice to anybody as well too. If you're going for acting, if
Uh-huh.
you're a pro, go for it.
Yeah,
Go for it. If that director likes it and he says keep that, I like that.
yeah,
Go for it.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
So
People can contact me if they need to, like new people. They can contact me, and I will give them advice. They can do that through the Facebook or Instagram or whatever. I will.
and I will go ahead. I'm sorry.
I will be be there with them. I can teach them a little bit.
And it's important to reach out to people who, like yourself, who are veterans in the game, who are acting coaches, who are just experienced in this industry, who know it like the back of their hand, as far as script, as far as going off, like I said, ad-libbing and inserting what you want to. It's important that you make this character to life, because when you are putting on this character's shoes, and then go back to what you said before we wrap, is I turn that character on, and then when I go home, I'm no longer the
Yeah, yeah,
character. A lot of actors struggle with that. And it's so funny because they sometimes bring the character home with them,
yeah,
and the family member is looking like, what
yeah.
happened to
That's
you? You're,
right.
you're not yourself. You're not yourself anymore. Like, what happened to you? Like, you're talking like in a different accent. It's like, oh God, I'm sorry. I have character. I brought the character home
Yeah,
with me. So that's important too.
yeah,
Oh my goodness. So
yeah.
final thought, before we let you go, final thought of the day and piece of advice, because you started this interview off amazingly, and I love what you said. 2025 is going to be my
Yeah.
year. So what other advice would you give to your supporters, your followers, the fashion dolls here? What advice would you give them about making 2025 their year?
Always be positive. Read,
Yes,
make a goal, and try to reach the goal. And always be happy. And yeah, that's the most important. Look
absolutely.
look
And
into the mirror every morning. I said, "Hello, this is my day." That's a
And that's something I tell them all the time too. That's something that me and Christina and the Lake Sirens, we touched on that, is about confidence and looking in the mirror every day. Every morning I get up, you all know that I do affirmations. And it's important that we take these affirmations. I am courageous and fearful of nothing. That is one of my affirmations. And how I'm so brave to keep going. I'm afraid of making a mistake. We're perfect, but we can't help it if you're perfect. If you're an
Uh-huh.
artist or a director or an actor, you like things to be perfect. Perfect shot, perfect take.
Yeah.
But today's final thought is about fear and overcoming it. Thinking will not overcome fear, but action will. And that is today's final thought from W. Clement Stoke. And what W. Clement Stoke meant by this is we cannot allow our first instinct of, if we won't know if we don't try. So sometimes it takes us having that little bit of courage and just
Uh-huh.
leaping,
Yeah.
and you never know where it could be. Well, you're gonna fall, but you pick yourself up and you bounce right back up. Clean yourself off and bounce right back up.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be
Yeah.
my advice to you.
Right.
So before
Yeah.
we let you go, Einar, I'm sorry I was cutting you off.
And I know it's okay. Okay.
Yes, I was saying, where can everyone follow you? Where can everyone check you out? And again, the project is called Into Neighbors 2 Timelines.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
So,
I am on Facebook, and yeah, and I'm also in Instagram. They can see all my projects, and I am IMDb also. They can see all my movies I have been in and what I have been. And I like to have a comment from them. I like to have a comment from the people. I will answer all the comments.
and we love you. We adore you. And I want to bring you back again. We got to bring you back during the summer. It's
Yeah,
been cold
I'm,
lately. A lot of people are getting snow. Make sure you guys are being careful out there with all of the snow. It's beautiful, but it is slippery.
yeah.
And I almost had my experience as well as my girlfriend. And she texted me. She said, "Girl, I almost slid on this snow." So sorry, Felicia.
Do you have a
But
snow there? We don't have a snow.
yes.
We don't have a snow in Iceland.
Oh, but we've had it down here in the Carolinas, which
Yeah.
shocked me. My mom said it's snowing, and my grandmother called my mother, and she said we're expecting some snow, and it snowed 2 days. And I took pictures. It was beautiful. Everything was covered from the trees to the to the part of the gutters on the house had the little icicles coming down. There was some on the trees. Like, it was amazing. But we don't have any now. We just have cold water,
Okay.
and you're near that waterfront, so it's cold down here
All
now.
right. Okay, that's good.
All right.
But do you take
Thanks.
care? No,
Did I what now? I couldn't
you
see you.
you 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 will you take care in the snow.
Yes, I definitely will. And I know North Carolina hopefully is getting some, if
Uh-huh.
I'm not mistaken. So I can't predict the weather. I'm not Mother Nature. I don't know what she's got in store, but I know some people are getting snow or snowed in.
Is
And just
are
be
you
safe out here.
are you in North Carolina or South Carolina?
I'm in South Carolina, but what's crazy is I have a cousin, I have a brother, and I have a
Yeah.
girlfriend up there as well
Ah,
too. So shout outs to my girlfriend Dan Steph here on the gram. She's in North Carolina, and we were talking about the snow and how crazy it looks with snow in the Carolinas.
okay.
But we barely get any, but we got some. That
Uh-huh.
shocked me. So
Yeah. Well, it was nice to
all right.
talk to you. And I will.
You too.
You just call. You just contact me again if you want to have me again in your
I would
show.
love to. Yes, we got to talk about this project
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're
I
gonna
will tell you
message
all
Vic.
about
We're
it.
gonna get it set up, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you again, ladies and gentlemen. Einar
Thank you
Haraldsson. Thank you.
from bottom of my heart.
You too.
Bye bye.